Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season, or I should say the 1980 final week, is on the air. Today's date is September 30, 1980, day 2 of the week. We are at Candlestick Park for a very important matchup between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. The Dodgers come into this game a record of 77 and 79. The Giants are 68 and 87. Let's take a look at the standings. As of today, the American League East is decided. The New York Yankees, their magic number is 2. They could clinch that division today in ticker. Baltimore has gotten third, does have second place, and the Tigers are in the postseason. They still have a chance to get the 4th seed. They're only 2 games behind Texas for the 4th seed, which means they may only play 1 playoff game. In the American League West, Kansas City has clinched that division. They have not clinched home field throughout in that league. The Rangers and the Oakland Athletics are flip-flopping for 2nd and 3rd. The Minnesota Twins, well, Twins could be, they are 2 games above 500, but they could be eliminated today, depending on what happens with the Rangers and the Athletics. The National League East is decided. The Philadelphia Phillies are the division champions. The Montreal Expos have clinched a playoff berth. They are the 4th seed at the moment. They are still 2 behind the Braves. They still have a chance to move up to the 3. The National League West, it's what it's all about tonight. The Astros have clinched that division. The Braves' magic number is 4 to clinch 2nd place. The Reds' magic number is 4 to clinch 3rd, but the Reds still got to win 2 more games and get above 500. The Dodgers tonight, 2.5 back of the Reds, but they got 79 losses. A loss tonight against the Giants would put them to 80, and their backs would be to the wall. So a very important game tonight as the Dodgers and the Giants will face off against each other tonight here at the network. Brian B. Ben Witz, the lovely Barbara, are first to join us here at Candlestick Park. The Dodgers historically won this game 6-3. They had 13 hits and 4 errors. Boy, they had an ugly game. And the Giants had 10 hits and 1 error. But we will go ahead and block dragon for Ben Witz. But we will see what happens tonight for this matchup. So the Dodgers and the Giants, that was voted for last weekend and that's what the dice decided. And we'll see what happens tonight as we get ready for a big game here at Candlestick Park. Let's get things started. Starting pitcher for the San Francisco Giants tonight is Tom Griffin. Mostly a reliever, but did get a start and didn't do bad. 5 wins, a loss, a 2.76 ERA in 80. He gets the call tonight. We are at Candlestick Park. This is a pitcher's park. Adds 1 to strikeouts, add 1 to walks. No chance of robbing a home run. So, the Dodgers and the Giants. The Giants are already eliminated. Dodgers must win or they go to 80 losses, and then they really got their backs against the wall. Can the Giants give the Dodgers, their arch rivals, a loss tonight? Let's find out. Let's go to the top of the 1st. Leading off for the Dodgers, second baseman Jack Perconti. A September call-up, and he got the call today. 235 average, no homers, 2 RBIs. Remember, in the final week, when it comes to September call-ups or ringers, I will go ahead and reserve the option to bring in a starter immediately in the 7th inning or later. We're going to use black, white, and orange dice. Giants are the home team. Good crowd here at Candlestick Park. They know their 1980 season is over, but they would still like to go ahead and get a win against the Dodgers. Let's see what happens tonight. Griffin, 8-1. Range play 11. No. Perconti, 4-6. That's a ground ball to short. That'll be handled by Joe Patini. Joe Patini tosses it over to first for the out. Next up is the right fielder, Jay Johnstone. 307 average, 2 homers, 20 RBIs that year. Griffin will pitch. Griffin, 3-1. Range play 12. No. Johnstone, 5-5. And that's an automatic out, but there are no runners in scoring position. A 1-9 will keep it that way. That's a 17 instead. That's going to be a base hit to right field. So Johnstone is going to hit a single to right and be the first hit for the Dodgers. XSG2 joins us here at Candlestick Park. That'll bring up the left fielder, Dusty Baker, Hall of Famer. He'll go in as a manager, but definitely hold a very good. Is a player. 294 average, 29 homers, 97 RBIs, and 80. Johnstone does have a number of stolen bases, but not happening here. Griffin, 1-1 pitcher result. That is a 9 against a righty. That's going to be an automatic out. We'll use the same result. That's going to be a fly to left. Fly ball left field, and Jim Wolford will get to that. And that'll be out number 2. And now the first baseman, Steve Garvey, Hall of Famer. No, but some people think he belongs in there still. 304 average, 26 homers, 106 RBIs. I definitely have him hauled a very good, no doubt about that. Strategy roll, nothing happening for Johnstone. Griffin, 2-6, pickoff, 3. Yes, Griffin, a pickoff 1, a 1-3 is a pickoff. Griffin fires to first to get Johnstone, and the inning is over. Johnstone is picked off at first, and Garvey's going to have to wait till the next inning. No runs and a hit, and a pickoff for the Dodgers, and a pickoff. We go to the bottom of the first. Johnstone not paying attention at first base. Starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Jerry Rolls-Royce. He had a great year in 80. 18 wins, 6 losses, 3 saves. A 2.51 ERA. He had one of his best seasons that year. Leading off for the Giants, center fielder Larry Herndon. 258 average, 8 homers, 49 RBIs, and 80. And let's see what we got here. Royce will deal. Royce, 5'8", that's a blank. Herndon, 4'8", that's a fly ball to right field. And Jay Johnstone will go ahead and make the catch for the out. Next batter is the third baseman, Darrell Evans. 264 average, 20 homers, 78 RBIs that year. Snow, what's that? Royce, 6'4", strikeout, 18, that'll miss. Evans, 6'4", that's a double into right field. Evans smacks a double to right. He'll wind up at second base, and the Giants got their first hit. A double for Evans. And that will bring up the right fielder, Jack Clark. Not a Hall of Famer, but this guy could belt home runs. 284 average, 22 homers, 82 RBIs. Jack Clark was ripped. So runner on second. The Dodgers need this game. The Giants are already out. A loss here for the Dodgers puts them at 80 losses. They cannot have any more than that after 80. Strategy roll. Evans will stay where he is. Royce, 2-2. It's a blank. Clark, a 7-4, and that will be a ground ball to third base, and that'll be picked up there by the Penguin. The Penguin will throw to first, and will stay where he is. So a ground ball to third, 2 down. And here is the left fielder, Jim Wolford. 280 average, a homer, 24 RBIs that season. 2 men out, Evans on at second. Strategy roll, nothing on the 18. Royce will pitch. Royce, 8-4. Against a righty, that's a possible home run. But Wolford has zeros against lefties. It's not happening. Wolford, 1-8. He'll hit a deep fly ball to center field. And Rick Monday is chasing that down, but he will get to it and retire the side. No runs and a hit, no score after 1. Giants trying to play spoiler here. Dodgers must get a win. We go to the top of the second. And once again, leading off for the Dodgers will be Steve Garvey. Garvey was at the plate when Johnstone was picked off. Griffin, 7-7, pickoff. Nope, we go to the park. Candlestick, 3-5, and that's a double. Garvey smacks one into left field. That'll bounce off the wall. Garvey will wind up at second base with a leadoff double. So a double for Garvey. And that will bring up the Penguin. Third baseman, Ron Cey. 254 average, 28 homers, 77 RBIs, and 80. Garvey on at second, and he will stay there. Griffin, a 4-3 against a righty. Strikeout, 17 will miss. Cey, 5-8, and it's a grounder to third base. That'll be grabbed by Evans. Evans will throw to first for the out, and Garvey will stay where he is. So a ground out to third. And here's the center fielder, Rick Monday, even though today's Saturday. 268 average, 10 homers, 25 RBIs that year. Garvey on at second, and he will stay there. Griffin deals. 6-6, strikeout, 18, and that just missed. Monday, 6-2, powered into center field. That's a 7, and against a righty, that is going to be a double. Monday will power a center field in the double. Garvey will come around and score. Monday is at second base. The Dodgers take a 1-0 lead. Monday gets an RBI double. And that will bring up the catcher, Joe Ferguson. 238 average, 9 homers, 29 RBIs that season. 1 out, but now 1-0 Dodgers. Strategy roll for Monday, he stays. Griffin, 6-1, strikeout, got Ferguson. And that is the first strikeout for Griffin. He had 79 of them in 80. And that is the second out. Here's the shortstop, Darryl Thomas. 266 average, a homer, and 22 RBIs. Thomas was pretty much all over the field that year. Strategy roll from Monday, he'll stay. Griffin, 8-4, and hit by pitch, +7. Thomas is a 4, and that's an 11, and it'll hit him. Plunk, ouch. Griffin will go ahead and hit Thomas. That'll be the first hit batter of the game. And that will bring up the pitcher, Jerry Royce. He uses hitting card number 2, not really a good hitter. He bats from the left side. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 6. Griffin will pitch. Griffin, 6-8, error on a throw. And error on a throw. Royce, a 1-3, and that will be a fly ball. That'll be a fly out to center field, and grabbing that will be Herndon, and he will put it away and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and a hit batter. But that is all for the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the second. Do I have a college basketball team? Being down here in Florida, it would be the Miami Hurricanes usually. I do watch them on occasion. I'm not much into basketball as much as I used to be, but yes, I still love college basketball. The college basketball tournament is the greatest tournament of the year. Leading off for the Giants, first baseman Rich Murray. Don't know much about him. 216 average, 4 homers, 24 RBIs that year in 80. Royce, 4-6, it's a blank. Murray, 7-3, that's a fly ball to center. And Monday will come under it and grab it for the out. Here's the second baseman, Guy. So is it Guy Solars or Guy Solars? And I don't know if he's French, so is it Guy or Guy? Somebody help me out. Guy Solars, 246 average, no homers, 3 RBIs. He was a September call-up. Royce, 7-6, walk, 6, and that's ball 4. He walked him. Solars did walk a lot that year when he was there. That'll be the first walk issued by Royce. He had only 31 of them, though, in 80. That is pretty good. 31 out of 229 innings pitched. That's excellent. Here's the shortstop, Joe Patini, 232 average, a homer, 9 RBIs that year. Infield a double play. Solars did have a stolen base. He won't get one here. Patini does get the hit and run. And he has but he has a little home run power against lefties. He does get the hit and run. Why not? Hit and run is on. Royce, 5-7, strikeout 16. That will be too high as the hit and run is cut in half. Patini, 2-5, and that is a ground ball to second base, but there is this sign here which states that will turn into a hit if the D20 is equal to or less than the EXC number. That is an 8. That is a base hit for Joe Patini. And that is the first time I've actually rolled that on a hit and run. That's going to be a base hit past second. Solars on a hit and run, he will make third easily. And runners at first and third for the Giants. So a good hit and run by Patini as he turns that into a hit. And Solars will easily make that. Will easily make that. Great managing here as usual on the network. You just don't see managing like this on that other channel with the fluffy cat and those bland red and blue cards. Here's the catcher, Mike Sadek. 252 average, a homer, and 16 RBIs. So the hit and run works to perfection for Patini. The infield is going to play double play depth. Double play depth. Or corners in. Actually, they'll play corners in. They will play corners in. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 4. Patini stays put. Royce, 2-6. Strikeout, 12. And that will miss. Sadek, 5-5. And that is a ground ball to second base. They got to try to turn the double play. That's an 8. Plus 1 second is a 9. And that's 0 there for double play. And that is not going to be a double play. That is going to be a fielder's choice. They're going to try to turn the 2, but they're not going to get it. Throw to second to 1. Sadek will beat it out at first for 2. The run will score. We're tied at 1. So Solars will come in to score. They still try to turn the double play. So that does go as a fielder's choice. And we're now tied at 1. Here's the pitcher, Tom Griffin. He uses hitting card number 2 as well. Tied at 1, bottom of the second. Sadek on it first. Strategy roll, and nothing happening there. Royce, 7-6. Walk, 17. Let's see, he will not walk. That's a 17. Griffin's, however, is a KBIP of 15-20. That falls into that. That is going to be a strikeout, and the inning is over. First strikeout for Royce. He had 111 of them that year. So 1 run on 1 hit and a walk, tied at 1 after 2. So the KBIP, or if you want to just call it a new version of the Special K, you probably could. Tied at 1 now. You don't see National League games. We go to the top of the third. And leading off for the Dodgers will be Jack Perconti. He's 0 for 1. Dodgers need this game. Giants don't. But the Giants are going to still want to win. Griffin, 6-4. Strikeout, 14 will be too high. Perconti, 1-5. Base hit. He'll hit 1 past second base. So Perconti gets his first hit of the ball game. And now here's Johnstone. Johnstone got a single but got picked off. Infield a double play. Perconti does have stealing ability, and he gets the jump. He has 3 stolen bases. He gets the jump. I'm going to send him. 20 minus 1 is 19. Sadek a 0 arm. 1 to 19. He's safe. And just is. That's an 18, but Perconti will get the second base on a steal. So stolen base for him, and they'll re-roll the strat. And Perconti, that's a 20. Nothing happening there. Though Johnstone gets the bunt fine, but he'll swing. Griffin, 2-3, walk, ball 4. He'll walk Johnstone. So now Griffin in a little bit of trouble here. And that is the first walk given up by Griffin. He had 43 of them in 80. Cutter Historical joins us here at Candlestick Park. Next up is Baker. Baker is 0 for 1. Still nobody out in the top of the third. Perconti on at second. Johnstone on at first. Strategy roll. Nothing happening on the... Perconti actually does get the jump to go to third, but he'll stay where he is. Griffin, 6-1. Strikeout. No. Baker, 4-3. Double into center field. Baker comes through with a two-bagger. Perconti will score. Will that score Johnstone? A 3-2, and no, it won't. He will hold. Johnstone will hold at third base. Baker will get an RBI double. It's 2-1 Dodgers. The run does come in to score, and the Dodgers are in business with an RBI double by Baker, and it will bring up Garvey. Garvey got a double his first time up. Infield now in, as the Dodgers now have a 2-1 lead. There's a reason for all that Canada animosity right now, Cutter, but I'm not going to say that here. Griffin will go ahead and strategy roll it, and that is a 4. And I'm on your side, by the way. Griffin, 2-5, strikeout, 16. That is too high. Garvey, 5-3, and that is, there are runners in scoring position, so that automatic out is going to stand. It's going to be a fly to right. And that'll be grabbed by Clark for out number 1. That is a 9. Garvey will not bring in Johnstone on his own. So Johnstone now has to try to come in on his own. And that is a 2-2. And advances a 2-7. And yeah, he will. It'll still be deep enough for Johnstone. He will come in, he will score, and it's 3-1 Dodgers. Stadium groans. Sacrifice fly to right. And now a 3-1 Dodger lead. Here's the Penguin. The Penguin is 0-1. Baker on at second, 2 down. Already the Dodgers up 3-1. They did win this game 6-3 historically. Strategy. Nothing on the 20. Say is not bunting. Griffin. 5-8. Wild pitch. 12. Yep, that's going to go way around the catcher, and Baker goes to third. First wild pitch of the game for Griffin, and they'll re-roll the strat, and nothing happening on the 18. Griffin will deal again. Griffin, 2-4, error on a booted ball. Say, 5-7, and that's a double to center field. Another double. Baker will come in to score. Center fielder is Herndon. His error rating is an 18. That's a 9, and he's going to boot that ball as well. So Say has a chance. Say will automatically go to third. Can he score? So let's say Say's base running rating is a 2. The 8 is too high. Say will automatically stay at third base. I don't have to roll any further than that. So that's going to be a double and an error, an E8 on the Giants. First error on the Giants. They did have an error in the game historically. And Baker comes in, Say's on in third. It's now 4-1. Stadium groans. Dominican. So now 4-1. Griffin in some trouble here. Here's Monday. And Monday got a double his first time up. Still 2 outs in the top of the third. Dodgers now have a 4-1 lead in this game. Strategy, nothing on the 1. Griffin deals. Griffin, 1-6. It's a blank. Monday, 5-4. Grounder to short. That'll be handled by Patini. And Patini will toss it over and retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, a walk, and an error, and a wild pitch. And the Dodgers have a 4-1 lead here going in the bottom of the third. The Dodgers need this game. They cannot lose. They really cannot afford to lose it. It would give them 80 losses. Remember, 81 losses will knock them out. But a 4-1 lead's a good start. Here's Larry Herndon. Herndon is 0-1. Royce can pitch to 30. And Griffin can also pitch to 30, but I have a funny feeling he ain't going to make it. Royce will deal. I know I love the conference tournaments. I love the conference tournaments. They're good warm-ups to the big dance. Royce, 6-4, strikeout, got him. That'll be the second strikeout for Rolls-Royce, one down. Here's Evans. Evans got a double his first time up. Royce with the pitch. Royce, 4-5, strikeout, 3, swing and a miss, struck him out. Another strikeout for Royce, that's his third, and also his third consecutive K. Here's Clark. Clark is 0 for 1. Royce will go ahead and deal. Royce, 5-1, strikeout, 2. And good morning, good afternoon, good night. Jerry Royce strikes out the side. Fourth strikeout for Royce. 1, 2, 3 go. The Giants still 4-1 after 3. Top of the fourth. And Joe Ferguson leads off for the Dodgers. He's 0 for 1. Griffin will pitch. Griffin, 3-2, strikeout, 8, got him. And that will be another strikeout. That'll be the second K for Griffin, second time Ferguson has struck out. Thomas is next. He got hit by a pitch his first time up. You were in the committee. Would you put Miami, Ohio in? Yes. 31 wins. You deserve to get in there. I don't care if you lost in the first round of your conference tournament. Yes, you get in. 1-3, strikeout, swing and a miss. Struck him out. He got Thomas. Third strikeout for Griffin, 2 down. And now here's Royce. Royce using hitting card number 2. Griffin will deal. Griffin, 3-8, error on a grounder. On a grounder. And that is not overridden by the KBIP because, at least I don't think that is. Hold on, maybe KBIP, I think. Let me double check that. The KBIP, that does say error on a grounder. It was high enough for a strikeout. I want to be sure about that real quick. It says error on a grounder, but I'm still learning a couple of things on the KBIP. Find that real here. Let's see here. Sports Time Machine. Utah Mike joins us here at Candlestick Park. Let's see. Where is... I know there was something on it. On the KBIP. Any error range result would get overridden since it required ball and play for these things to be happening. So, all right. So, not overridden. So any error range result would get overridden. If you would be rolling on a batter ball card would be checked first. Otherwise, rolling the batter ball card. But it's an error on a grounder, but it is a strikeout. So yeah, it's a strikeout. That is a K. That is a strikeout. Struck him out. Good morning, good afternoon, good night for Tom Griffin. He does the same thing. What Chris watches is he'll check it, but still, 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Miami, Ohio deserves to be in. That's with that kind of year they had, and you don't put them in the tournament, that would be a travesty of justice. Jim Wolford leads off for the Giants here in the bottom of the fourth. 4-1 Dodgers. Wolford will go ahead and pitch. Royce actually will pitch. 2-5, it's a blank. Wolford, 6-2. Infield single, that's hit to the shortstop, Thomas. He won't have a play. Wolford is safe. Easy play for Wolford. He gets his first hit of the game. It will now bring in Murray. Murray is 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. Strategy rolls, and that's an 11, and nothing happening there. Royce will deal. Royce, 2-7. That's an automatic out. It's a ground ball to third, and let's see if that's going to be a double play. That's an 11. Hit to third. 0. Royce a 0. The 11 is actually going to be just in time. Third, second, first, double play. 2 outs. 5-4-3 double play. Murray hits into it. Just did. And there'll be 2 away. As Murray hits into the twin killing. And now the batter is Solars. Solars walked his first time up. Royce on the pitch. Royce, 2-6. Strikeout, 11. That will be too high. Solars, 7-1. That's a fly ball to center field. Grabbing that will be Monday. They'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Giants. 4-1 Dodgers after 4. We go to the 5th. Top of the order for the Dodgers. Here's Jack Perconti. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Fans here at Candlestick Park would still like to have a nice win here for the Giants. Griffin will pitch. 7-1, strikeout, no. Perconti, 8-4, base hit, pass short. Perconti gets another hit. Single for him, his second hit of the ball game. And here's Johnstone. Johnstone 1 for 1, singled and walked. Infield a double play. Strategy, that is a 14. Nothing happening there. Perconti does not get the jump. Pitch from Griffin. 6-1, strikeout. He will get Johnstone there. That is the 5th strikeout for Griffin, 1 away. And the next batter is Baker. Baker 1 for 2 with a double. Perconti, and this time he does get the jump, and I'll send him. 20 minus 1 is 19. Sadek arm is a 0, and that's a stolen base for Perconti. Perconti will steal another base. And that's his second stolen base of the game. Infield now moves back, and he'll stay at second base. So another stolen base for Perconti. Had 3 steals in 80, and I gave him 2 of them here. Griffin will go ahead and pitch. Griffin, 8-8 walk. 13 is too high. Baker, 7-3, and there is a runner in scoring position. That single could be a single pass short, could be turned into an out. A 1-11 will turn that into an out. That's a 6, and instead it's going to be a grounder to short. That'll be an out instead. That'll be hit to Patini. Patini grabs it, and he will throw to first to get the out. Perconti stays at second base, 2 down. So Tom Griffin keeps that, turns that single into an out. And now here's Garvey. Garvey 1 for 2 with a double. 2 outs, 4-1 Dodgers, must-win game for them. Strategy, nothing on the 17. Griffin, 1-5, strikeout 11. That is too high. Garvey, 6-2, ground ball, second base, easy play for Solars. And he will toss it over and end the inning. No runs, a hit, and a stolen base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Time for station identification. This is the WRJL YouTube network. Be right back. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Dodgers lead 4-1. And Joe Patini leads off for SFG. And he got a single his first time up. Dodgers, 2 games under 500 still. They really cannot afford a loss tonight. Royce will pitch. Royce, 5-5, strikeout 13. Got him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is the 5th K for Royce. Bettini does not do well against lefties. Strikes out a lot against left-handed pitchers. Here's Sadek. Sadek is 0 for 1. Royce will deal. Royce, 7-2. That's an automatic. Out. It's a ground ball to third. And grabbing that is the Penguin. And he'll take his time and toss it over. 2 down. And now here's the pitcher, Tom Griffin. And Griffin still has a little bit left in the tank. If there were runners on base, I would take him out, but there isn't. Using hitting card number 2. Royce will pitch. Royce, 4-1. That's at the park. Candlestick Park. A 4-1, and that'll be a grounder to second, and that'll be picked up by Picanti, and he'll throw it over. And in the inning, 1-2-3 go the Giants. 4-1 Dodgers after 5. Yes, of course, everyone I'm pretty sure will agree that the best rounds of the NCAA tournament is the first and second. Everybody loves bracket busters. Can we all agree with that? Can we all agree that bracket busting is the best thing in the tournament? Top of the 6th, leading off will be the Penguin, Ron Say, and he is 1 for 2 with a double. Griffin will deal. Griffin, 2-6, pickoff. Nope, we go to the park. Candlestick, 8-2, fly ball to left, and Wolford will get to that one near the line, 1 down. Here's Monday. Monday is 1 for 2 with a double. Yes, I do agree with you there, Ben. The NIL, that's one of the reasons why last year's tournament really wasn't that much fun to watch. Last year's tournament was almost totally chalk. Almost chalk due to NIL. I'm hoping this year's is better. Griffin, 1-3, strikeout, got Monday. That is the 6th strikeout for Griffin. And now here's Ferguson. Ferguson is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Griffin, 8-6 against a righty. Strikeout. That's a 13. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Side retired. And Joe Ferguson has the hat trick. And 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. That is the 7th strikeout for Griffin. But we go to the bottom of the 6th. Giants still trying to figure out Royce. Top of the order, here's Larry Herndon. He's 0 for 2. Royce will pitch. 3-4 against a righty. That's going to be an out. It's a ground ball to Penguin. And Say will grab it and toss it over. 1 away. Here's Evans. Evans is 1 for 2 with a double. Royce will pitch. Royce, 7-6, walk, 10, ball 4. That'll be a base on balls for Evans. He'll get the first on a walk. And that is the 2nd walk given up by Royce. Next up is Clark. Clark is 0 for 2. Clark, you kind of think he is due for a hit. Infield set for double play. Strategy rolls are still on. And that is a 3. And Evans is staying put. Royce will go ahead and settle it in with the pitch. Royce, 7-6, walk, 9, ball 4. Another walk by Royce, and now runners at first and second. The tying run at the plate. So now a chance for the Giants. 3rd walk given up by Royce. And Wolford is next. Wolford 1 for 2 with a single. A chance here for the Giants to get some runs. Fans here at Candlestick Park would like to see a hit. Royce settles in. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 13. Royce will pitch. 5-3. That's a blank. Wolford. 8-2. Oh, it's a ground ball to short. That's a 6, though. I don't think that's going to be a double play. 6 + 1 is 7. That is a 0. That is going to be a fielder's choice. Evans will get to 3rd. Clark is out. Wolford takes first. 2 down. Ground ball to short. The runners will move. That is a fielder's choice. 2 outs. And now a chance for Murray. It's a 6th inning. He still has to bat. Murray is 0 for 2. Yeah, so I hear. Evans on at third. Wolford on at first. 2 men down. Royce will go ahead, settle in. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 9. Royce will pitch. Royce, 6-6. Range play 14. Yes, that's a 3. Murray, 3-1. Fly ball center field. That ball is at the Monday. That's not who you want it hit to if you're a Dodger fan. His range is a 1. That's a 3. A 1 to 4, it'll be a double. It's a 7, it'll be a single. Evans will come in and score. And with 2 outs, Wolford will make third. Murray on at first, and it's 4-2. So Monday couldn't make the play. That'll be an RBI single for Murray. And the batter is Soulars. Soulars is 0 for 1 with a walk. Murray on at first, Wolford on at third. Now a 4-2 ball game. Soulars can't hit a home run here. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 16. Royce will go ahead and deal. Royce, 3-6 against a righty. It's a blank. Soulars, 1-7. That's a ground ball to third base. Ron Say will get it. He's going to throw to second to get Murray. And that will end the inning. But a run comes in. 1 run on 1 hit and a couple of walks. 4-2 after 6. St. John's, the 2026 Big East champions. How about that Red Storm? We go to the top of the 7th. And Daryl Thomas leads off for the Dodgers. He had 117 games. He will bat. He'll stay in there. Griffin will pitch. He's due to bat third in the 7th inning. So the Dodgers now have a 4-2 lead here. Griffin will pitch. Griffin, 3-3, walk, 9. And yeah, he walked him. Thomas will draw the base on balls. And that is the 2nd walk given up by Griffin. And that will bring up Royce. Now the question is, does Royce bat here? Jerry Royce still has a little bit left in the tank. He may go ahead and lay down the bunt, and I think that's what we're going to do. He's pitching pretty well. I'd like to get another inning out of him. So, and this is 1980, not 2026. I'm going to let Royce bat. He uses hitting card number 2. Strategy roll, and that is a 3. And Thomas gets the jump, but a 9 - 1 is 8. And Sadik a 0. I'm going to say no. So I'm going to lay down the bunt. So the bunt is on. Corners are in, expecting the bunt. Griffin, 2-1. Let's see. Royce is a lefty. Against the lefty, it's an automatic out, but that is ignored on a bunt. So, let's see here. Royce will bunt that right to first base. That'll get picked up by Murray, and his bunt rating will be a 3 for this roll, and that is a 2. It'll be a good bunt. Nice pick up there by Murray. He's got it. The only play he has is to get Royce. And Thomas will go to second. 1 out. So a good bunt by Royce. So a sacrifice hit by him. 1 man out. The batter is Perconti. Perconti is 2 for 3 tonight. 2 singles. 1 out. Strategy rolls are on. And Thomas is staying put. Perconti gets the bunt sign, but he's not swinging with it. He's not bunting with a man on second. Griffin deals. Griffin, 7-5, walk, 11, ball 4, and now the Dodgers have 2 men on. That is the 3rd walk by Griffin, and a chance for Johnstone. Johnstone, 1 for 2, singled and walked. Infield back to double play. Dodgers lead 4-2 in this matchup. Strategy, nothing on the 14. Griffin will deal. 8-6 against the lefty. That's an automatic out, and it's going to be a fly ball to center. Larry Herndon will chase it back a little bit. That'll be out number 2. And Thomas, a 5-5, holds if the arm rating is 5'7". Center fielder Herndon has an arm rating of only 2. Thomas will make third. So deep enough for Thomas to go to third base. And now here's Dusty. He is 1 for 3 with a double. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Dodgers lead 4-2. Dodgers need this game. They can lose no more than one more. They can lose no more than one more. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 13. Griffin deals. Griffin, 2-4. Error on a booted ball. Baker, 1-4. That's going to be a base hit to center field. Single to center. Herndon's error rating is an 18. That's a 12. He's going to boot the ball again. That's going to be an E8. Single to center field, so Thomas will come in to score. Thomas scores. Perconti automatically makes third, and Baker automatically makes second. So does Perconti score on a single on a booted ball? His base running rating is a 2. It is an 8. He'll hold at third base. And it's now 5-2 Dodgers. Stadium groans. Actually, I should roll the other dice. An 8. Okay, he doesn't do it. I forgot I really should roll both dice. Okay. So that is a double by Baker and an E8. That's the second error on the Giants in the ball game, and now makes it 5-2. And now here's Garvey. Griffin's going to pitch to him. Try to get out of this. Perconti on at third, Baker on at second. Griffin will pitch to Garvey, 2 outs. But now a 5-2 Dodger lead. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 2. Griffin will pitch. Griffin, 2-5, strikeout 9. That just missed. Garvey, 1-8. It's a fly ball to left. Wolford will come under it. He'll get it, make the catch, retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit, 2 walks and an error. And it's now 5-2 Dodgers. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we still got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. And, of course, you guys will help me decide what game we're going to play tomorrow night for October 1st. Clay baseball fan joins us here at Candlestick Park. Leading off for the Giants is the shortstop, Joe Patini. Now we're going to start bringing in players for the Giants here. Let's see, but I will bring in as the short at the positions they're supposed to be in. And so Joe Patini is going to come out of the game, and now taking over at shortstop for the Giants will be Johnny LeMaster. 215 average, 3 homers, 31 RBIs, but he will come in. So Joe Patini is done. And now we'll go ahead and start bringing in starters for these players. So now the batter will be Johnny Leemaster. He's a 4'11". Much better shortstop. So Johnny LeMaster will pinch hit against Royce, and he will take over. He doesn't have a zero. He has no. Well, actually, he doesn't have any pinch hits against Royce, against lefties. So actually, he can come in. He can come into play, but he can't pinch hit. So okay, fine. In that case, it'll be Terry Whitfield coming in to pinch hit. No, not Terry Whitfield. What am I doing here, Robert? Slow down. Make it Joe Strain. Joe Strain will pinch hit against Royce, but he won't come into the game though. But Johnny LeMaster will take over at shortstop. Bottom of the 7th, 5-2 Dodgers. Royce will deal. Royce, 8-3, strikeout 7. That is gonna miss. Strain, 5-1. That's a fly ball to left. Easily handled by Dusty Baker, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Next batter is Sadek. He's the catcher, and let's see if I have another. I think I have Milton May, and he has a pinch hit against lefties. He can come in. Sadek will come out of the game, and coming into pinch hit for the Giants and taking over at catcher will be Milton May. He does have a pinch hit against him, against lefties. 260 average, 6 homers, 50 RBIs for the Giants. So Milton May will now catch, and he is a 4.310. He's a 4.310-0. So Milton May will pinch it and take over at catcher. 1 out. Royce will go ahead and deal. Royce, 4-4. That's an automatic out. That's a grounder to second base. It'll be handled by Perconti. Perconti tosses it over for out number 2. And that'll be it for Griffin. He is done. We'll see a pinch hitter for Griffin. And coming on to pinch hit will be Bill North. 251 average, a homer, 19 RBIs in 80. Bill North will pinch hit against Jerry Royce. North's actually in center field, but he's got Herndon. Herndon will stay there. So 2 outs. Royce will deal. Royce, 7-6, walk, 20. Walked him. Ball 4, got him. 21 is a walk. Wow, he does walk North. So that is a walk. That is the 4th walk given up by Rolls Royce. And now here's Herndon. He will bat. Herndon is 0 for 3. Fans here at Candlestick Park would still like to see something happen. Strategy rolls are on. And North gets the jump. 14-0. And Ferguson a +2. A 1-16, he would steal second base. You're down by 3 runs. Would you really do that? You know what? You're just trying to win a game. A 1-16, he is safe. And he hit, wow, just barely, but he does. North will steal second base. Stolen base for him. And now they'll re-roll the strat. And he'll stay put. Royce will deal. Royce, 7-4, walk 2, ball 4. So now he walks Herndon. That is the 5th walk by Royce. And now runners at first and second for Evans. Evans has home run power. Evans is 1 for 2, double and a walk. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Candlestick Park. Jerry Royce in some trouble here in the bottom of the 7th. If he pitches Evans a meatball, it's gone. North on at second, Herndon on at first. Royce, get a chance to get at Evans. Fans here at the stick would like a big hit. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 14. Royce will deal. Royce, 7-3. Error on a throw. Evans, 2-5. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And grabbing that will be Johnstone. He'll make the catch. And that'll do it. No runs and no hits and a couple of walks. 5-2 after 7. A chance for the Giants goes by the board. We go to the 8th. And it will be the Penguin, Ron Say, leading off for the Dodgers. Right, left, right coming up for the Dodgers. So we need a pitcher here for the Giants. And we'll go with a righty. And we are in the late innings. And it's really not a Greg Minton. It's really not something I would bring in for Minton. Really not a Greg Minton position. So, I don't think I would bring in Minton with a thrown with down 3 runs, but he does have the most amounts. I do have right, left, right. You know what? Why not? Coming on to pitch for the Giants will be Greg Moonman Minton. 4 wins, 6 losses, 19 saves, a 2.46 ERA. Griffin leaves with the L. Minton will come on to pitch, and he can pitch to 7. So Greg Minton will come on to pitch for the Giants. 5-2 Dodgers, top of the 8th. Minton, 1-7, range play 13. No. Say, 5-5. That's a power hit to left field. That's a 20 against the righty. That's going to be a fly ball to left field. Getting there is Wolford. It's not going to be a range play. He will make the catch, and that's an out. So 1 down as Say got a little bit too much of it. And now here's Monday. Monday, 1 for 3 with a double. Pitch from Minton. Minton, 8-1. It's blank. Monday, 7-4. Grounder to short. That'll be grabbed by Johnny LeMaster, who took over at the shortstop position. They'll throw to first, 2 down. And now Ferguson. Ferguson is 0 for 3. And I know I have other catchers here. I got Socha. He only has 1 pinch hit against righties. I think Yeager is on the roster. He only had 172 at bats. Let me see what we got here. Socha 134. Believe it or not, no. Ferguson's going to bat. Yeager is not. That's right. Yeager is not on the roster. I think he was hurt. Minton will pitch. Minton, 2-3, walk 2, and he'll walk him. So Ferguson either struck out or walked, and that'll be a walk by Minton. He had 28 of them in 80. The batter now is Thomas. Thomas will bat. Thomas is 0 for 1, but walked and got hit by a pitch. Strategy rolls are off. Minton deals. 8-3, that's at the park. Candlestick, 2-7. That's a ground ball to first base, easily picked up there by Murray. And Murray will take it to the bag himself. And that will end the inning. Nothing across except a walk. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Royce can pitch to 2 more batters before he's tired. Jack Clark leads off. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. I don't know how many complete games Jerry Royce has. I'm about to find out real quick how many complete games he had that year. He had 10. All right. So he had 10 complete games. He is not tired yet. So I'm not going to... let's see here. You got 10 complete games. He's not tired yet. He's got a 5-run lead. He got a 3-run lead. I'm going to keep him out there. Remember, 1980, not 2026. Royce, 5-4, strikeout 13. That'll just miss. Clark, 5-7, and against the lefty, it's a walk. Clark had a lot of bases on balls against left-handed pitching, and Clark draws a walk. Another walk by Royce. For a pitcher at only 31 walks in 80, he's got 5 of them today. Not good control. Infield a double play. The batter is Wolford. The 280 average, he'll swing. Wolford 1 for 3 with a single. Strategy rolls are off. Royce will deal with Wolford. Fans here at the stick would like to see a hit. Royce, 5-6, walk 14. No, that's too high. Wolford, 6-6. It's a fly ball to right. Jay Johnstone will pick it up and get it for the out. Next up is Murray, but we'll probably see a pinch hitter for him. And Royce is tired. And let's see, that's probably going to be it for Murray. He is the first baseman. So let's see what we got on the bench at first, which I don't think we have anybody. No. So who do I got? I got Darrell Evans that can move to first. But I got nobody that can move to third. Well, I got Solars that can move to third, but then I got somebody at second. And that would be Rennie Stinnett. You know what? Murray has to bat. I can't take him out. So Murray will bat. Clark on at first, 1 out. Strategy roll. Trying to help him out a little bit. That's a 19, nothing happening. Although I didn't need a strategy roll anyway. Royce, 8-5. That's a blank. Murray, 7-2. And that's going to be an automatic out. There are no runners in scoring position. That's a 2. That's going to be a ground ball to third. That's going to be a ground ball to third. 7 + 0 + 0. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Clark will be thrown out at second base. Murray will take first, 2 down. Even though I already didn't need to use the 7. So a fielder's choice. There. We'll put Murray at first. 2 away. And now the batter is Solars. And can I pinch hit for him? Solars is the second baseman. And I can bring in, let's see, Stinnett. I can bring in Stinnett. Solars is coming out, and coming in to pinch hit and take over at second base will be Rennie Stinnett. 244 average, 2 homers, 37 RBIs in 80. He does have pinch hits against lefties. So Stinnett will take over at second. And he's a 4.9. So here's Rennie Stinnett. Murray on at first, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Dodgers. Royce is still tired. He'll pitch. Royce, 6-3. Error on a booted ball. Stinnett, 7-8. And that's an infield single to third. That's an infield single to third base. And that will not be an error. That's going to be picked up. And it'll be runners at first and second. So Stinnett hits an infield single to third. And the Giants still have a chance here. And the batter will be the new shortstop, Johnny LeMaster. 215 average, 3 homers, 31 RBIs in 80. And now Royce is in some trouble. So Murray on at second, Stinnett on at first. Royce gets the pitch. Royce, 2-4. He'll get out of the inning. It's an automatic out. It'll be a ground ball to short, taken care of there by Thomas. He will throw to first to get LeMaster, and that will retire the side. All of that, and they get nothing. No runs, a hit, and a walk. Dodgers still lead 5-2 after 8. We go to the 9th. Minton will pitch. Jerry Royce is the batter. They're going to yank him. That'll be it for Royce. Even though he has 10 complete games, I'm not going to let him bat here. The Dodgers need the pitch. The Dodgers need this game. So we're bringing a pinch hitter against Minton, and it will be Gary Thomason. 216 average, a homer, and 12 RBI. So the Dodgers will go to the closer for the 9th inning. Minton will deal. Minton, 5-2 against the lefty. Walk, 14. That's ball 4. He walked him. No, I'm sorry. That's a blank. Thomason is an 11. Thomason, 1-1. He'll get on base anyway. It's a base hit past second. So Thomason gets a single. And now the batter is Perconti. Perconti is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. I'm going to let him stay in there. You're up 5-2. And Perconti is pretty good at second base. Thomason on it first. Minton will pitch. Minton, 8-5. Error on a booted ball. Perconti, 4-2. Grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Rennie Stinnett. His error rating is a 9. That's a 5. I bring in Stinnett, and he boots the ball. And everyone is safe. Rennie Stinnett takes over second base, and he boots the ball on an error on a booted ball. And that is the third error on the Giants. That's an E4. And now the batter is Johnstone. The Dodgers had 4 errors in this game historically. The Giants only had 1. Still no one out, top of the 9th. Dodgers looking to maybe blow this open. Thomason on at second, Perconti on at first. Minton is not tired yet, but he's looking at his defense, looking at his team and said, okay, now I know why we're not going to the playoffs this year. Minton will pitch. Minton, 5-5. That is a blank. Johnstone, 8-2. That's an infield single to first base. That'll be grabbed by Murray, and everybody's safe. Infield single for Johnstone. And now the bases are loaded for Dusty Baker. Baker is 2 for 4, 2 doubles, and scored. Bases loaded. Minton is tired. Well, you're out of the playoffs. Just let him pitch. Minton will go ahead. If he gives up a run, I yank him. Minton will pitch to Baker. Fans here at Candlestick Park maybe hoping Minton can get out of this jam. 5-2. Minton deals. Minton, 5-7. It's a blank. Baker. The infield, by the way, was in. Baker, 6-2. And that's powered into center field. That's an 11. And, well, it's not all Minton's fault. But that's what happens when you make made a decent pitch. But, well, that's pretty much what you get there. Not too bad, because that is a 4-run bomb. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Grand slam, Dusty Baker. Stadium barfs. Yeah. A 6-2 is powered into center field, and against the righty, Baker, 11-15. That's an 11, and that's just way out of here. And it's 9-2 Dodgers. And that really wasn't Minton's fault. Baker just went ahead and powered that out. Well, there's the run. 9-2 Dodgers. That'll be it for Minton. Wasn't really his fault there. And we'll see a new pitcher. Grand slam for Dusty Baker. Kablam, grand slam. 9-2 Dodgers. We'll see a new pitcher. Steve Garvey, the next batter for the Dodgers. And coming on to pitch for the Giants now is going to be Mike Rowland. 1 win, 1 loss, a 2.33 ERA in 1980. He had 8 appearances in the late innings. So I'll bring in Mike Rowland. 9-2 Dodgers. Looks like the Dodgers are still going to stay alive here. Garvey, the batter. He's 1 for 4 with a double. Rowland, 1-6. That's not a good start because a 1-6 is a possible home run. And against a righty, Garvey's an 18 with nobody on base. -1 is a 17. And guess what? That's a 17. Kaboom! That ball is also pretty high. That ball is also pretty deep. That ball is also pretty well gone. Home run, Dusty Baker. Steve Garvey, back-to-back jacks. Stadium cries. And it's now 10-2. as the Dodgers have pretty much wrapped this one up. And now a 10-2 lead for the Dodgers. And now the batter is the Penguin. And the fans here at Candlestick Park, the ones that are left, are now leaving. 10-2 Dodgers here. Roland will go ahead and pitch. Roland, 7-1, walk, 8, ball 4. Giants now just cannot get an out. That is a walk now for Roland. And Roland can pitch to 7. He may be taking it for the team. Here's Monday. Monday is 1 for 4 with a double. Say on at first. Roland will pitch. Roland, 8-1. It's blank. Monday, 4-3. That's fly to right. Grabbing that will be Jack Clark. And he'll make the catch for out number 1. Here's Ferguson, with the Dodgers having an 8-run lead. They're not going to make any replacements. Ferguson is 0 for 3 with a walk. Roland deals. Roland, 7-7, error on a booted ball. Ferguson, 5-3 against a righty. That is a fly out the left. Wolford will come under it and get it for the second out. And now here's Thomas. Thomas is 0 for 2. Walked and got hit by a pitch. Say on at first, 2 down, top of the 9th. Roland, a 6-4. That's a blank. Thomas, 2-2. Fly ball to center field. That'll do it. Herndon will grab that one and make the play and retire the side. 5 runs. 4 hits, 1 error, 1 walk. Dodgers lead 10-2 here, going into the bottom of the 9th inning. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Leading off for the Giants will be Milt May, and he is the new catcher, 260 average, 6 homers, 50 RBIs in 80. Dodgers need a pitcher. With an 8-run lead, they really do not need the closer. They don't need Howe. So, you know what? We got a good opportunity. I didn't think we would get a good opportunity to use him. We're going to go ahead and coming in to use him. With an 8-run lead, why not? Coming on to pitch for the Dodgers, a young 19-year-old kid named Fernando Valenzuela. 2 wins, no losses, save a 0.00 ERA. Why not? Fernando Valenzuela, 19 years old. 19-year-old kid, Fernando Valenzuela. His major league debut. Fernando Mania here in 1980. Valenzuela will pitch to May. Why not? Valenzuela, 1-8, error, foul, grounder at the park. Candlestick, 3-4, and that is a base hit to left field, and it's a possible double, and May's got to do it anyway. Singled into left with a possible double. May is a 1, plus 4 is 5. Left fielder Baker, -2. A 1-3, May will take second base. He does. May will turn that single into a double. And that's a double for May off of Valenzuela. Pinch hitter coming in from Mike Roland. He will be done. Giants going to the bench. And need someone who bats against lefties, and it will be not much left on the bench. Coming on to pinch hit for the Giants will be Terry Whitfield. 296 average, 4 homers, 26 RBIs. He has 4 pinch hits against lefties. So Terry Whitfield will go up against Valenzuela. 10-2 Dodgers, bottom of the 9th. Fernando Mania, 19 years old in 1980. His major league debut. Valenzuela will pitch. 5-8, pickoff, 16, no, we go to the park. Candlestick. 6-7. It's a ground ball to third. That'll be grabbed there, taken care of by the Penguin. And the throw goes to first for out number 1. May will stay where he is. So 1 out. The batter is Herndon. Herndon is 0 for 3 with a walk. I didn't think I'd get a chance to get Fernando Valenzuela on the mound for the Dodgers when I knew he was a youngster, but Fernando Mania, 19 years old in 1980. Valenzuela will pitch. 1-5. That's an auto out. That's going to be a fly ball to right. It'll be handled there by Johnstone for out number 2. And May is not going to try to go to third. So the last chance for the Giants will be Darrell Evans. Evans is 1 for 3, doubled and walked. May on at second. Fernando Valenzuela making an appearance here has a 0.00 ERA, which means the only way he can actually give up a run is off a batter card. That's a bad. Even though he only pitched 17, innings in 1980 though. Valenzuela will deal. Fernando 4-5, strikeout plus 18, and swing and a miss. Steal right out. That's your game. Dodgers will go ahead and blitz the Giants tonight, 10-2. Stadium groans. No runs and a hit for the Giants. And Fernando Valenzuela, it's a strikeout plus. Evans is an 8. Plus 1 is a 9. And you add 10, which will be a 19. And the 18 falls in there. And that will fall in as a strikeout. So actually, believe it or not, Valenzuela, I will give him credit for a hold. He did not allow a run. So a win here for the Dodgers. 10-2 score. The Dodgers will now go to 78-79. The Giants drop to 68-88. Final line score coming up. For the Dodgers, 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors. For the Giants, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors. The winning pitcher is Jerry Rolls-Royce. He will get the win. Tom Griffin takes the loss. Fernando Valenzuela, I'm going to give him a hold because he did not allow a run. So a win there for the Dodgers. And they're now only 1 game under 500, but they still got to get above it. But now a big 10-minute ticker is next. How about Fernando Valenzuela? I knew he was always in the chance that I could maybe get him in there. And with an 8-run lead, I said, you know what? Why not? Why not? Bring in an early version of Fernando Mania. I thought that would be a good idea. I don't know if he actually pitched in this game, though, but not 100% sure. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Dodgers are going to get a 10-2 win, and they will now go to 78-79, which means they stay alive no matter what the Reds may do. They stay alive no matter what the Reds may do, because the only thing the Reds' magic number was 4, so it won't matter here. But let's see how the rest of the majors does today. Let's go ahead and do the meaningless games first. Milwaukee at California. Brewers 24-31, and that is 5. Angels 6-11, that's 0 win for the Brew Crew. Let's see next. let's see here. Pittsburgh and the Mets. That game is actually meaningless. Pirates 1335, and that is 4. Mets 662, and that's 6, and my Mets will get a happy recap. Let's see what we got here. All right. Baltimore at Boston. The Orioles, the magic number for the Yankees is 2. An Oriole loss and a Yankee win. The Yankees win the American League East. Can the Orioles stay alive? Orioles 1431, and that is 4. Red Sox 1051, that is 5. And the Red Sox beat the Orioles. Now the Yankees a chance to win the division, and we'll do them next. Yankees at Cleveland. Louis Tion against Rick Waits. A Yankee win here. The Yankees are the division champions for 1980. Will they do it? Yankees 1761, that is 8. Indians 1156, that is 7. That's not good enough. The New York Yankees are the 1980 American League East champions. And they definitely clinched the number 2 seed. Baltimore clinches clinches second place automatically, and Baltimore also clinches the 3 seed with that, because Baltimore cannot do any worse than the 3 seed because Oakland, Texas, and Detroit are all back. The Yankees win the division. Now, let's do Oakland and the White Sox. The Athletics are 1 game back of Texas. Actually, and the Twins don't play here. No, Minnesota didn't play. Some of these teams only played 160 or 161 games. Don't worry, I know which ones they are because I wrote them down. So let's see. Let's do that. Oakland and the White Sox. Oakland, if the Athletics win, their magic number goes to 1 for a playoff, for getting the playoffs. Athletics 966, that is 10. White Sox 753, that is 5. That's a win for the Athletics, and now they are a half game back of the Rangers. And the Rangers don't play tonight either, do they? I don't see Texas either. So I don't see Texas or Minnesota. Texas and Minnesota actually play later. We may have to do one of those games. Okay. So the Athletics, their magic number is 1 to clinch a playoff berth. Seattle at Kansas City, the Royals, they have not clinched home field throughout the American League yet. Mariners 454, that is 5. Royals 1453, and that is 6. The Royals will get the win, and they're still ahead for home field throughout the American League. Detroit and Toronto. Detroit still has a chance to move up to the 4 seed. It's as high as they can go, but they need some wins. They're already in the playoffs, though. Tigers 1451, and that is 6. Blue Jays 541, that is 3, and that's another win for the Cats. They're still alive for a chance to maybe move into the 4 seed. Braves and the Astros. The Braves' magic number is still 4 for clinching a playoff berth. They have already clinched. They have clinched second place in the National League West. So let's see if the Braves can hold on to the 3 seed because right now Montreal is still chasing them. Braves 555, that is 5. Astros 843, that is 4. And the Braves stay ahead of the Expos. Speaking of the Expos, St. Louis at Montreal. Cardinals 816, that is 2. Expos 1141, that is 4. And the Expos stay with the Braves for still a chance to maybe get the 3 seed and avoid the wild card series. Cubs and the Phillies. This game is actually meaningless. Cubs minus 735, that is 1. Phillies 15-35, and that will be 5, and that'll be a win for the Phils. Padres and the Reds. Padres and the Reds. The Reds have 80 wins, 77 losses. The Dodgers won this game. The Reds need to win to stay 2.5 ahead of the Dodgers. A loss here. The Dodgers will be 1.5 back in that division for a chance at third place. This is a big roll for the Reds. Can the Reds stay where they are? Padres, 623. That is 2. Reds, 945. That is 5. And the Reds stay ahead of the Dodgers by 2.5 games. They have 81 wins. One more win, and they are playoff eligible. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Now, we got to choose a game for tomorrow night. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. We don't want to do the Dodgers again because we've already played them. Let's see. Cubs and Phillies, no. Pirates and Mets, no. Cardinals, Expos. Cardinals, Expos. Nah. Braves and Astros, no. Padres, Reds, definitely is a look at. Detroit and Toronto, nah. Seattle, Kansas City. Yankees, Cleveland, no. Yankees have already clinched that division. Oakland White Sox. That's a good matchup there. Milwaukee Angels, no. Baltimore and Boston, no. So Brian B votes Reds. I don't know here. I mean, do I have to do San Diego and the Reds? Bob Shirley against Tom Seaver? So that should be the game. Ben Witt says San Diego, Cincinnati. I got 2 of those. XSG2 says 3 on the Reds. Anybody else have a choice on that on this list for October 1st? I'll bring it closer. Well, I got 3 votes for San Diego, Cincinnati, and guess what? We're going to Riverfront Stadium. If the Reds win tomorrow night, they will be playoff eligible. So tomorrow night, the San Diego Padres taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Bob Shirley going for the Padres, and the terrific one, Seaver, going for the Reds. Reds trying to win, and they will be playoff eligible. The Dodgers are still behind them. Padres and Reds tomorrow night. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Dodgers go ahead and pound the Giants. A 10-2 win keeps the Dodgers alive. We'll see what happens tomorrow night.